What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the #1 podcast for Kung Fu martial arts movies and pop culture. Hey, Stevens, what episode is this?
I don't actually know. Hold
Gosh,
on.
darn it.
106.
Hey,
106.
106. 6. We went back in time. 106. Hey, Abarca, say hi.
Hey, what's up, folks?
Stevens.
Hello.
And where the hell? I was going to ask Enrique where they can reach us and all that stuff. What happened?
Boo, Enrique. Well, if Enrique was here, he would say, "Hey, man, could you mind turning down the main Skid Row just a little bit?"
A little bit.
But I don't know. I don't know if we can do that. It might work. Oh, there we go. Okay. Did it?
I did it.
Okay. Well, you're coming in hot. You're coming in hot there, Kiss. Hello, everybody.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
but if you do want to get a hold of us, guys, you want more Super Bros? Hell yeah. Well, first of all, hit that like button. I found out that the like button is better than the subscribe button
Really?
because the like button will help you guys promote us and take advantage of the algorithm. The subscribe is to monetize us. We've been demonetized, as you know. But if you want to learn about all our links, you can go to www.linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros.
I heard that Enrique's not here because he wanted that Shohei money. And we don't got that Shohei money.
This line comes up a lot, let me tell you.
That's the money everybody wants right now. They want that Shohei money. He said he's the only two-way player on our podcast. He's the look and the crook. I don't even know what that means, bro, but that's what he said to me. So he wants that Shohei
No one
money,
knows what
bro.
that means.
I don't know what that means. But Stevens is back, and Stevens is back because she now is the sole owner of all the money we get from cock knockers. Knocking cocks interracially even before it was cool. All right, so just remember that, guys.
I appreciated that you guys went out and got a sponsor and stuff, and I wasn't here to hear the good news, but thank you. I'm glad.
People are knocking cock knockers, and I think that's the biggest mistake they're gonna make, guys.
Dare you? Also,
and I haven't gotten any pictures, but I'm waiting.
They're violent. They're super violent, Stevens. It's not enjoyable at all. It's
okay.
It's fucking. It's a lot of cock knocking. It's a lot of cock knocking, Stevens.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Nobody, but hey, it's out there for whoever wants it. Oh, Mark, do we have a new sponsor?
We do. This today's podcast is brought to you by Great Value, maker of fine, purified drinking water.
So Walmart sponsoring this?
No, dude.
All right. Great value.
Great value.
Great value.
This is actually Fiji water, but you don't know that because it's great value.
There you go. Hey, look, no knock on it, but I think Kirkland brand at Costco is probably my favorite knockoff brand there is. Just they don't miss.
But they're not knockoffs. That's the thing.
What's that?
They're not knockoffs.
Right? They just take a brand and put Kirkland on it?
Yeah. It's a great value. We were talking about cereal and how some of the cereals were like Tutti Fruttis.
Yeah. Tutti Fruttis.
But some of the great value cereals are made by General Mills.
So what's the play there? Like
a big corporation basically doesn't want to they want to be as cheap as possible to make as much money, right? So they go to these companies and say, "Hey, you know what? If you make this for us, we're going to pay you this much." And then the companies are like, "Well, if we don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. So I'd rather have a little bit of money than no money."
Okay. So they're still making money in the end of it, so they don't care where it comes from, what the name is, as long as they get paid for it.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. So last time, Stevens, you weren't here because you were dying, and you're back, but you're not back. Have you noticed that you're semi back?
If I mute a lot, it's because I'm coughing.
You've almost died at work twice now?
No, actually 3 times because it was twice today.
It was just twice today.
It was twice today. I don't know what it is about this cough, but I feel fine. I'm sleeping fine. Like I can breathe. There's not congestion. It's just a cough. And so it's that tickle in your throat. And 3 times at school this week, I have coughed for 5 minutes straight, and the kids just kind of stare at me and are like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just trying to all I'm trying to do is get rid of this little tickle in my throat, and nothing helps. It's just
but
there.
The thing is, you're trying to get rid of it by smoking clove cigarettes before class.
Well,
and you're just like,
habits are hard to break. That's what I'm saying. Like,
she's smoking.
we all have our thing.
I imagine it's a little long cigarette on the end of a little metal holder or whatever.
No, it's those short little brown ones.
No, you're going old school. Stevens is smoking beaties. She's just out there smoking beaties out there.
Just give me fresh tobacco in the paper.
She's a Wild West cowboy.
She's in class with just a big old ball of chaw right in their freaking mouth. Hey, I knew a few teachers that would literally teach class with freaking tobacco in their. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and only Big Chief, which is also a sponsor of the podcast. Big Chief Tobacco.
Big Chief back for you thought they had gone away? No.
Are they a thing still?
No, wait. What? Super Producer Stevens? Is Big Chief Tobacco still a thing?
No tears given on this trail.
You're right. I'm asking the wrong person.
Big Chief is back.
My bad.
No tears given on this trail. Wow, that's a great tagline, bro. All right, Stevens, you weren't here last week as you're looking up the answer of Big Chief. Do you care? Did you care? Did you literally wake up early in the morning on Saturday to follow the coronation? Was that a thing? Was that ever a thing in your family? Because I know it wasn't a thing in my family, but maybe in yours, I'm guessing. What do you think, Stevens? Was a coronation?
Because of the color of my complexion?
What? No, because of your love of England.
No, I have never really been like, ooh, I've got to watch, ooh, I've got to see. Like, I appreciate the changing of the guard and whatever, and I guess I appreciate like the 1,000-year history of how things go, but I'm not interested to watch. I saw pictures 2 days after. It's not ever really been my thing. I thought even with like Princess Di and all that, when she died, when she was killed, and that was such a big thing. And I didn't think, even then, it was not the monarchy or whatever that I was interested in. I love the backtrack, but it was more the I guess that paparazzi are crazy, right? Like trying to get their thing.
First of all, give them their privacy. Donny Al-Fayed and Princess Diana deserved respect.
But I think everybody, like, why are you chasing people? Like that just was. Dude. That to me was.
I don't chase people. I don't chase waterfalls.
It's a good motto to live by. So like that was the only time where I feel like I was watching something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, I'm kind of like, whatever. Like this Harry and Meghan stuff, I kind of know what's going on just because it's in the news freaking all the time, and so you run through. But I don't really know what's going on. I don't watch interviews with them. I not watch the documentaries. It's just not been my thing.
It's interesting. Like, do you think? Well, who knows? None of us have ever been through this, but maybe one day when this podcast blows up, we'll have this problem. But do you think you could deal with cameras in your face all day, every day?
Well, if it's a no K camera like yours, probably.
If you go back into the past and get recorded by this camera there, like, I mean, would you be able to put up with that all the time? Like,
there are some times at school because of the way class has evolved.
Yes.
There are lots of pictures of me in students' phones because I just happen to be next to the notes they're taking a picture of or the example they're grabbing a picture of. So there's a lot of unflattering pictures of me.
Always camera ready. Look at this.
No, like when I'm explaining stuff,
I'm talking about me, not you.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm not. I'll admit that I'm not. But
look at this.
I don't feel like it's paparazzi, but I do feel sometimes like when you give an example and you're like, you should know this for the test, and then like all the phones come up, and you're like, oh, okay, like it is kind of like whoa, and that took a little bit to get used to. Still, even a little bit.
I mean, it's. I think about like being in a classroom as a kid and some of the wild shit that was said in high school and even in college too. where now I'm like, damn, man, like these teachers couldn't have done that because somebody were recording them and that would have been it. And I don't necessarily feel that's good or bad. Like I don't, at least personally, I'm only speaking for myself. I don't think I was ever in a situation where I truly felt like, oh fuck, this is like, I don't know, like it's going awry or they're coming at me. So maybe I got lucky that way. But did you, Abarca Stevens, ever have a situation with the teacher where you were like, yo, like I wish I could record this and like bring up, like it was bad? I never had that happen.
Yes, it
Ooh,
happened at school.
okay.
It was not when I was a student.
Okay, okay.
I was a teacher's aide for many
Oh.
years, and I got to work with a teacher, a young teacher who was homophobic, misogynistic, overtly racist, and when they would get, when the kids would, they know what buttons to push. When they would push his buttons, the person would get so mad that they would cry, or at least get red faced and kind of like look like they're crying because they weren't like me, a people of the sun. So when you get red, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so there were things said that were borderline offensive, and had cameras had been prevalent, probably would have lost their job much sooner. Not that they lost their job, they just
They walked away.
yeah, but it turns out that there were, the person was chemically imbalanced, and once they got their medication, was a much nicer, much well-centered person.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that, man. That's good to
Yeah.
hear. Oh.
So
I didn't realize some of those issues were part of that person's issues, I guess. I'm not saying that right, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize those were,
Along with all the other things we were dealing with, that was
yes.
and
I did
so
not think that was what was happening.
yeah, and so, but here's the thing, right? The thing, so there's, you see, if someone shows you their true colors, believe who they are.
Mhm.
And so I think that part of this, without the medication that they're on, this is who this person would be. So I don't know if being on this medication is a disservice to them because they're not living who they truly are. But for the rest of us, it made a big fucking difference.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, look, man. I get, and in that's a good example of something that maybe has come out a lot of times when you see these videos of teachers, of people just in general. You're like, man, at least that person got caught, and now it's out there, right? But like, it's scary to me because it's like things taken out of context sometimes, right? Is a scary thing
Yeah.
because you get a 5-minute conversation, they cut it down to 30 seconds, or even a 2-minute conversation, a minute conversation, they cut it down to 10 seconds. And now you're like, oh my God, look at what was said or done or whatever. Well, said more than anything else. And it's funny because in my class, we have a joke. It's like, that's how you're going to get fired, mister. Because I tell them, my guys, like, I go, be careful with what you say, be careful with, because I go, that's how you lose a job. That's how you lose this, how you lose that. You got to be careful. And now that's a running joke. And I'm like, oh, that's how you're going to get fired, kind of a thing. Right. Like, because it's like, you got to be careful with that. But yeah, it's just wild because I'm thinking of like a bunch of teachers that I had. Again, it was never anything bad. It was more just like, yo, that would have probably got them in trouble because it was hilarious. It was crazy what they were going through or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those, but it's kind of interesting. You're gonna say something about Barker?
Well, but again, as dinosaurs from the 20th century, you also have to take context of the person, the situation, and the time, right? Like we've seen people who have died be canceled because of things they said in an interview, and you're like, yeah, fucker, like what? Like, you want me to dig him up and spit on his grave? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, he's gone.
It's and I think that's something that I enjoy when I have these conversations with these kids is letting them like understand that, like, hey guys, like, you get that, like,
context, right?
It was a different time,
It's
and
important.
it's not excuses, but it's like you got to appreciate what they go through and also have those conversations with them to kind of try to figure out what they went through, so it makes a little more sense to you. Because I swear, as I cut off, sorry about that. I swear that
What?
these kids want like that these kids want like an 80-year-old person, a 70-year-old person, a 60-year-old person to have all these complete exact. And I'm like, their experiences are different though, and it's not making an excuse, but it's just reality.
Life is different.
I will tell you about septuagenarian and octogenarian that just passed away. The lady that Emmett Till supposedly whistled at fucking died. You know what? Burn in hell. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But again, that's a situation where it's like straight murder, right? Like that's not, like that's a little different. But like if you're over here
just a rat hole.
mad at a 80-year-old for A, B, C, and D, like yeah, and then I tell them that, and I even that conversation of if you don't like what the person says, cool, don't associate yourself with that person.
Yeah.
And but if you're out there every day looking for it all the time, you're gonna drive yourself insane because it's everywhere. Whatever you think of, there's so many people that don't agree with you. And it's just like, dude, you want to live that life, or maybe surround with people that love you and care about you, and just worry about taking care of those people. And when you see something, say it. But good Lord, if you're out there just looking for it all the time, you're gonna drive yourself crazy.
At my age, I think that I need to put out as much positive energy that I want to get back. And so the biggest thing that a teenager will not understand is letting things go. Because it's not worth the time. It's not worth your effort. It's not worth the mental anguish that people go through, right?
I don't think you lack the experience at that age, the life experience, to understand that it's not a big deal. It's hard for energy towards that.
It's hard for 40-year-olds now.
Well, I guess, but I would hope that as we age, right, some stuff you learn, like, well, I'm not going to waste my time on that because I've been through that. I know how it goes, right? Like the experience is what I'm getting at. And maybe some 40-year-olds don't ever learn from that experience. That's true of all people, right? We're not all. I don't know.
Whatever, Jennifer Stevens, with your woke mind virus. I was listening.
I'm just trying to say, like, I think most people do, but also I realize that not everybody's mature like some others are, I guess.
Like me.
Okay. No,
well, yes, I was implying that. But
I was listening to Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
Comedian Patton Oswalt. And he said, you know what? He says, you know what? Right now, this is my mindset. I'm trying to be an ally. I'm trying to be, a person of moral upstanding that looks out for everybody. But at a certain point, my wokeness is gonna get me in trouble, because as times evolve, as things evolve, what I thought was woke is no longer woke. What I thought was PC is no longer PC.
True.
Yeah. That keeps evolving, right? Yeah. And I think, but you said it though, right? Like if you just keep putting positive energy out there, that's all I can do, right? And people are gonna ride with me or not ride with me, but I just hate like lose this job, cancel this, cancel. I'm like, bro, like be careful, man. That's how people work. That's how people feed their families. It's already hard enough to do for some people to do that, and it's like we want to get rid of everything. It's just like yeesh. But
who's the person that gets to say
not
this
me.
person's right and this person's wrong, but they did the exact same thing, right? Like I don't understand that. How do we judge and criticize and cancel people from one side, and someone else does something just as equally as bad, but we'll let it slide because we know, no, like what are you doing? Because who gets to be that person?
It's only right. It's only right when it serves your purpose, right? It's not right when it doesn't serve your purpose. And that's again, man, bro. Let me watch some movies. Let me enjoy some shows, and let me go watch sports and everything else. Pretty much secondary. Hopefully, my family's good.
Fair.
And I'm cool, bro. Like everything else, that's why like every 4 years, I'm just like, here comes a shit show. And it's sad. It's like it's a sad clown, like, and I'm like, dude, that's what our country feels like. It feels like that every fucking 4 years, man. And people are like at each other like hard, and I'm just like, yeesh. People like calm down, man. Like,
do you think it feels? Do you think it's the age we're at that we're realizing those things, or do you really think that politics has changed to be more of people at each other. Do you know what I'm asking?
Yeah, I think I didn't notice it at all when I was younger because I didn't care.
That's my thing too, because I don't think I knew, and
But
maybe it was this bad.
I think that there's more special interest groups on both sides of the aisle that are ultimately making decisions for people. Again, it used to be this fight. You're like, I believe in this, I believe in this, and now it's like, I believe in this color and I believe in that color. But so it's sideways like this, but it's really like this, right? I'm super rich.
yeah.
I'm not. And so if we get these people to fight, they don't give a shit what we're doing. We pollute the planet. We get the rich get richer, eat the rich. And that's what people there's so much fervor that they can't get past it, right?
But you don't think that's always been the case though? Maybe they just have a different game now. Like they figured out something different to keep the eyes off of them, like you're saying, because maybe we've gotten smarter somewhere else where they're like, now this is a new thing we're gonna do while we keep dancing up here.
And maybe it's the same thing that's changed the kids, right? It's all the power of this, right? We all have social media. We all have, well, some of us, but we have social media, right? We have news at our fingertips. We have these things that drive us more than ever before, right? And influence our thoughts, and right, like we read headlines, but we don't read the whole story, right?
Yeah,
like this. So maybe that too is
we're stuck in our own little circle of depression and just the most horrible things. Fun fact, and I'm going to double check on this. So if I hear that American TikTok is full of people doing dumb shit, right? But in a country that might own TikTok, what they show you is teenagers being successful, teenagers being innovative. They show you horrible videos about minorities and getting paid, and they're like, and it's poor little African kids being forced to say, I'm a horrible person. My skin color is this. And so it's the way you control people's thoughts and ideas, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Go. What do I love to show you? People falling down.
Yes, I can love that.
People falling, it's amazing.
I love it. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, interesting. And that is scary. I mean, I forgot the documentary. It was like a HBO one. You know, I love my HBO documentaries, and it was all about like these literally offices that people work at in Russia and work at in China and work at in these countries, and all they do is pollute our social media. And it's like what? Yeah, like, and just constant. That's like their 9 to 5. Like, hey, what's up? We're out there. The kids. They're like, they're driving me crazy. Like,
gotta do about.
Yeah, and it's like, instead of Black Lives Matter, it's like Black Lives Care. Or instead of this thing, it's just one little word different. And like, there's a rally here. Well, there's a rally over here too. And it's literally like they're just playing us. And I'm just like, come on, man! Like, you're falling for it. You're falling for it
because we only see what we see.
What we want to see,
right? We only see our videos, right? And that algorithm on everything, even Amazon shopping. The algorithms are designed to, right, like feed you that information that keeps you going. And I think
that's why you have to throw it. So you're like, oh, I'm buying this book about the X-Men.
Yeah.
But then there's a cooking book, and you're like, wait, what? I'm like, what? I broke it with Sleepwalker.
The whole Sleepwalker series.
But I also like the Alien.
It just keeps feeding you and feeding you.
But that's what it does, right? It feeds you what you give it, and then it tailors that to you. So if you want to just watch, people falling down all the time, that's all you're going to see. And then it's going to start being skewed with the politicians you don't like, right? Falling down all the time, right? Or
look, guys, that's how I'm going to die. I know it. I'm going to take a goddamn vacation in Montana. It's going to be snowy. I'll go outside, pajunk. It's just gonna fucking be dying, dead, and it's like mwah mwah mwah. Because my fucking dumbass makes fun of those people so much. I love it. I love it. All right, you had a conversation today. We got to pick a winner because we never picked a winner. We each had. We each had it. We got to decide. The three of us are deciding for the world. All right.
For the world. For
the world, Craig. The best dynamic duo in food history.
Liver and onions.
No. We went with chips and salsa, eggs and bacon,
pepperoni and pineapple.
No, boo.
PB&J, good, but it's not the best.
PB&J, biscuits and gravy. Those were our top 4 choices. I feel like biscuits and gravy are getting too much love because of Stevens, to be honest with you. I don't think
hey man, that's a good combo.
In the world, Craig? In the world?
Like, my mom's gravy was bomb.
Okay. All right. Of those 4, Abarca, what is your choice?
PB&J.
You know what? I was really rocking with chips and salsa because I love chips and salsa. Going to Mexican restaurants, sometimes I don't even eat food. Well, I still eat the food, but I'm full because
before it gets there.
But I will literally, I have an extra jelly and extra peanut butter in my house. So when I'm feeding for something, I get a spoon, hit the peanut butter. I don't even eat bread, bro. I hit the peanut butter. I hit the jelly. Let it be that boysenberry from Knott's. It's a wrap. And hey, there's a shortage of boysenberries, guys. Albertsons hasn't had boysenberry jelly in like 3 weeks, man. I'm starting to fiend. I'm out there like, what's going down, bro?
I think I know a place where you can get all the boysenberries in the world.
So I am also going to rock with, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with peanut butter and jelly.
I got to talk to my supplier, but he sounds like this. You got the stuff?
It's Woodstock, or is that Snoopy?
Whichever one he sounded like.
All right, Steven, can you agree? Even might not be your favorite, but it's probably the best dynamic duo of all time.
It probably is the best dynamic duo of all time.
In the world.
Chips and salsa, when you said that earlier today, I was like, oh yeah, man, that is probably good. Or even then when you expanded it to dips, but you didn't bring that up right now.
No, it's not a dip.
Yeah, PB&J is just good.
Chicken and rice.
They're good staples and they're good together.
Everywhere in the world, you can get chicken and rice.
But I also think, look, bacon and eggs.
And you put a little teriyaki sauce in it. Mira. You put some spicy curry.
Habichuelas?
Arroz con habichuela. Those are beans, bro. Arroz con pollo with a little sofrito.
Done. That's it.
Done.
Yeah, man. But I rocks with PB&J though. That might be also my favorite sandwich. It just gets the job done, man. It's easy. It's quick. You can do it. Anybody can make it. It's just like you just gotta figure out the ratio.
It's the first thing you make when you're little, right? Like
yeah, you just gotta figure out your ratio. Meal. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. But it's awesome. I love it. Okay, neither one of you watched this, but damn it, we need to talk about it. So please watch it so we can do this. I really enjoyed the Guardians movie. Like it was good.
I'm gonna go this weekend.
It was good. And it's good, and it's cool to watch big. They did a good job of it being a big rental, a big Hollywood movie. It works on the big screen. I'm kind of mad just because of timing, because they were also doing 3D IMAX, and I'm not the biggest fan of the 3D IMAX. So there wasn't the time we were trying to go. There wasn't just regular IMAX available. So we did big screen. It was still fine, whatever. But it was awesome, man. I mean, it excites me to see what James Gunn can do with DC, right? Like I was already excited about that, but it just kind of cements it even more. I saw this GQ interview where he talks about his favorite comic book movies, and I'm like, oh, this dude like really like he gets it. He likes it. Like that's his thing. He likes to do. So, I mean, it'd be cool to see what he ends up like doing with it. But it was cool, man. It was emotional. They had a great fight scene in it, and it's just cool. It just worked, man. It was fun. It was Guardians, and I think Guardians is always a favorite because it snuck up on me, not knowing who the hell they
Mm.
were. I mean, I read comics, but I never read. Had you ever read the Guardians before, like the movies, Mark, at all? Did you ever kind of dabble in them?
Yeah, but it wasn't this Guardians.
Mm,
Like
okay.
it was Yandu. It was, you know who it was? It's the Guardians, kind of from the second movie, like the Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallone and
Hmm.
Yandu and all of them.
Okay. So some Ravagers in there and kind of stuff like that going on. That's cool. But did you were you ever like, ooh, this is like
I
something I want
never,
to read?
honestly, I never really enjoyed the cosmic books.
Ah,
Like the most I got was maybe like a Silver Surfer Infinity, the Gauntlet with
yeah.
Adam Warlock.
Yeah. Good call. I don't think I ever really got into those either. I never liked Silver Surfer. I was never like the biggest Silver Surfer guy. He was in something else I was reading.
Yeah. Well,
that was always kind of the way.
Listen, if you're our age, this is what what dominated. It's the X-Men.
That's it. No lie. That is it. Dude, I remember the Gladiator, who's a cosmic character, right? The guy with the mohawk. And I remember and I think it's got to be in there somewhere, or maybe before that. I'm thinking Chris Claremont. That's Chris Claremont, right?
Yes.
Okay. I remember it's like burned into my brain, a core memory, as kids try to say now, right? It's Gambit trying to fight him and getting his ass handed to him. And he just grabs the decks, and he's like, and the guy's like, what are you gonna do with one card? He's all, not one card, Mon Chéri or some crap, right? Yeah. He's all, but take the whole deck. And it's just a great picture of him like bending those cards into the guy. But then I think he still beats the shit out of him. But like, it's just a cool shot of like him unloading the cards. And I'm like, oh, that's so badass. Like, I remember that. That's like, and that Gambit's such a cool character. And I know it was in the works, right? But fell apart.
Yeah, with it was still part of the Fox stuff. It would have been 21 Jump Street.
But why do you think it didn't happen, or it fell apart? Like what?
Because like I don't know if they knew what to do with the X-Men, right? Because he wouldn't be part of new continuity. This was before Deadpool.
Yeah.
So it's
because he was
it's a missed opportunity. But the X-Men are coming. You watch Guardians. I watch Ant-Man and Wasp.
And you were like, what, a big plate of meh?
It's just, you know what? It's fine. It's to me, it seems just like a regular. Here's this month's comic, and you're like, all right, cool. Next month he might come up with this one. It doesn't make sense for him to have to be able to fight Kang. And spoilers, he's not the one that defeats Kang.
But allegedly Kang doesn't get defeated, right? He's allowing everything's happening because Kang wants it to happen, right?
So yes and no.
Okay. The movie's old enough. Who gives a shit? I mean, like, it's not Guardians. That's why I didn't say nothing about Guardians. But this is old enough. Come on.
Well, here's the thing. It just came out on Disney Plus. No, so Kang, the ants. There's an army of ants that show up, and they basically start killing Kang or biting him and stuff. And so they take him away. And so the heroes are trying to make it back home, and they're getting ready. And the only one that doesn't get to jump into the portal, Ant-Man.
Oh,
and because Kang's like, hey fool, like, nah, you took my chance. I'm going to your world now. And so he has to. So like he kind of defeats himself with his own technology. Like Ant-Man starts something, and then because of that, Kang gets sucked into even another dimension.
Oh, okay. Like, I do you feel like the buildup to Kang is as good as Thanos?
No, you know why? Because you see him keep getting kind of killed, and they tell you that all the Kangs have, like, basically the one Kang kills the other Kangs.
Gotcha.
And so there's an extra scene at the end of this movie where all the Kangs have gathered together, and they're like, hey, are you mad that he's dead? And he's like, who says he's dead? And they're like, you're mad because it's not you, because you didn't defeat him. And then they show a stadium full of Kangs. Well, I was going to say the actor. Jonathan Majors, that allegedly Disney is like, do not mention his name in any of the stuff right now because we don't know, and it's going to cost us money. We're already fighting another supervillain, in the United States.
So we gotta make sure.
This is true. I do appreciate that they haven't like made a decision yet.
Yeah. They're playing. Well, they kind of had this happen with
Like
Gunn.
he got dropped from a whole bunch of stuff like
Right,
right
immediately
away.
they drop James Gunn.
Yeah,
and then
and
they're like, oh, this is it. Yeah, no, you're good, buddy. Come back.
So I mean, that's good. That's good that they're taking their time, right? So I mean, we'll see. And look, hopefully for everybody involved, it turns out right, and we find out what's going on, right? America does love a comeback story and stuff. I mean, as much as they try to like bring everybody. Well, what is it? What's So I saw the movie Air, the one about the Jordan.
Where's that on? Because I want to see that.
Amazon. There's like about 10-15 minutes that you could have like cut out because I think they have to make a movie, right?
It's
you know.
It's trying to be kind of a Moneyball kind of thing.
Yeah. That's a good way to kind of put it. But Moneyball was funnier. Moneyball like clicked a little more. This one's like, what? It's fine. It's not bad. It was free on Amazon. Go watch it. But there's the best scene in the whole movie is him basically making his like they're blowing the pitch to Jordan, and Matt Damon's character's like, bro, like we're gonna build you up. You're gonna be great. You're gonna win championships. We're gonna make you into almost a superhero. We're gonna make you into something you can't live up to. You're gonna try to every day, and we're gonna love you. And then, right when you're at the peak, we're gonna knock you down, and we're gonna and when you mess up, we're gonna make and it's cool because they show him going, and then they show him falling. Like I forgot about the scandal with he was cheating on his wife, and then the thing with his dad, and then allegedly he left basketball because some gambling stuff had come up in the NBA, and the NBA was like, you either leave or we make you, like all these things, and right, the whole time they're having that conversation, and I'm like that's it. That's it's still it's more prevalent because we see everything online, but that's exactly what's happening. It's like all these people are like, you're amazing, oh my god, and then they're gonna come right back up again. Right?
We're back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you mentioned basketball and superheroes. Do you remember? And I don't know where this comes from. They got comic book artists to make trading cards of like Michael Jordan, of different basketball all-stars, and it'd have to be
like a upper deck card that you could get, but it was like
and I don't know. I don't remember if Jim Lee drew like a Jim Lee.
I don't.
It might have been like a Fleer or Upper Deck.
Oh, okay. Stevens is on the hunt. She's out there and she's scourging the internets trying to find it.
I am trying to find, but let's go back just real quick, just to close the door. Big Chief.
Yeah,
you can get it everywhere. They do. They do freaking. They do tobacco, and they do the pods for the things.
For vapes.
Oh, vapes. Big Chief be vaping?
Yeah.
Come on, you know Big Tobacco.
Yeah. You know what?
They got biscotti flavored.
They got what?
Biscotti flavored.
Hey, like a mama used to make. So I went to a training for work, and I went into something thinking I was going to get like, they were going to show me a way to help with vaping at schools because I'm sure it's a problem everywhere, right? The simplicity and the ease of it, right? But it wasn't. It was just a bunch of information about it. Learned a lot of things I didn't know, but it's like a $35 billion industry yearly. Yeah. Like it's so much money in vapes, and I'm like, what the fuck? I need to start a vape company. It's what I thought the whole time. I'm like, good Lord, man, it's crazy.
Well, they had those Truth commercials, and they were good. They were good for an entire generation of kids. And then they're like, God damn it, we would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling truthers. The old truthers, not the new truthers. It's different.
Those were rough, bro. Those commercials were, man. Like when didn't they do it with dead babies on the street? Remember? And it was just like, dude, those were harsh, man. Like, you're right. Like, look, I never did, well, I mean, I'll smoke a cigarette here and like, my God, I actually had one at like a casino, like, I don't know how long ago. I was like, oh my God, I haven't one in forever. But I got into cigars for a minute. Yeah, and that's not really, that wasn't Big Tobacco. That was a Godfather. I know where I got this. Man. I was like and I still to this day love the smell of a cigar shop. like going in to the area with the humidifiers and everything. I just love that smell, man. Like if you could pump that into my car, I think I would be cigar smell. But I remember, man, doing it for a long time. Number one, it was expensive habit, but like finally like coughing up some stuff and being like, oh, like this isn't good, dude. I'm like, nah. But like I tell the kids all the time, for young people that smoke and vape and stuff, and because dude, we don't even know how bad vape is yet. We just don't, because it's so new, right?
We don't have the long-term studies.
And like the guy made a great part in this presentation. He's look, for somebody who smokes cigarettes all the time with those filters, vape is a good alternative. But for somebody who's not ever smoked, vape is not a good alternative, because now that could lead you to the other way also. But like my thing is like, how the ease of it is so scary, because these kids literally, they're doing it in class. There's nothing that, now we had some crazy kids in my classes that did some wild stuff, but like there's nothing that like is that easy that I ever grew up with. Yeah. You had to be a thing. Like you had to like try, and it was like get the teacher's attention, and it was like steps. This is literally, and they're odorless, and some of them are even smokeless now. So like, how are you ever gonna find out? Like, how are you gonna catch them? That's just, I don't know. But again, if you're young and you get sick from smoking and stuff like that, I don't feel bad for you. You know the damn truth. You know the truth. It's not hidden. If you're old, that sucks, man, because you were lied to.
They lied to you.
They lied to you.
Right? They were like, you know what? You were the coolest guy ever.
3 out of 4 doctors say Marlboros is like make your dick big. What?
I heard the ladies love a man who smokes after sex.
Okay, I'm looking for your basketball cards, but I need give me something else to specify what I'm looking for.
Comic artists drawing 1990s basketball players.
Okay.
Maybe, right?
Or 90s comic book basketball cards. Jordan, Alonzo Mourning.
Oh, okay, that era. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Patrick Ewing,
a John Starks.
Oh, Starks. Maybe.
What do you want to know about them?
I just
want to see them again.
Done. I can do that. I found them.
Ooh,
that's what I needed, because I was like, I'm missing something.
So I don't remember if they were included in a trading card set or they used to come out in Sports Illustrated. I don't remember them. I don't remember how you got them.
Sports Illustrated for kids used to have those cards that you would kind of get in the back of them. They still do to this point, actually. I ordered Sports Illustrated. Well, now I do everything on my iPad, but maybe even like 6 years ago for Zion, I ordered some Sports Illustrated for kids, and they still had those cards in the back. Man, I appreciate those. Those are cool. Yeah. So we do. So what year were those, Stevens?
In the 90s. So 90, 91, there's like a Larry Bird one. Michael Jordan same.
What are some of those artists' names? Do they have some of the names of the artists?
I'm trying to share my screen. Let me see, and then you can kind of look up just the window, right?
They're like,
would that still be Jim Lee back then?
91. It's Jim Lee, maybe about to leave Marvel.
Ooh. So it looks like Todd McFarlane drew some. Jim Lee drew some.
Yeah, but those aren't the comic book ones.
You think yours almost look more like superhero cards? Huh?
They were dressed as kind of they were superhero.
Okay.
Oh my God! Stop it right there. Stop it right there, Stevens. That cosmic, that's Venom or Spider-Man? I can't see because of
that's Venom.
That's Venom.
Those comic book cards, bro. I went on a hard fix on those for a while. Like I remember, yes, the Marvel comic card. Those, I wish I could get boxes of those and just. I mean, I'm sure I can, but I'm not gonna pay stupid money. But did you ever get into those, Abarca?
I didn't have a full set. I had these.
I didn't either. But I was looking for them everywhere, man.
I had these. I had a lot of X-Men Jim Lees. I didn't have those.
So these are superheroes.
Yes, I had the Looney Tunes playing baseball.
I remember those too.
I got it. I had in 1989. I had Batman, the movie cards.
Yes, those were hot for a minute too. They came with they were just all about the movie. Yeah, I remember those too. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man.
Maybe take out the superhero cards. Yeah, it's not. It's weird.
Well, that's why I was looking and I was like, I don't know, because this is what I got. And then I was like, well, I thought they were talking about like superhero things.
Those look like the X-Men on your comic book there, Barker.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the ones, man. I used to love these cards. I still have some of them. Oh, I remember where's these bad boys at? So you're thinking like yours look like a legit comic book cards almost, right?
I don't think I saw them, but I don't think I ever. Maybe when it, you know what? It might be from the other universe, not this universe.
The one that you were having a conversation with your student about.
It's a Mandela effect thing.
You thought the Ford was like whatever they had, the F had a line through it or whatever it is. That's crazy, man. Yeah, dude. I remember getting into a fix for those cards because I was reading comics and it's like they were hard to find because like even at hobby shops didn't really have them, and the local hobby shops didn't really have them, So I would get out there and be like, damn it. And this was before, of course, you could just go on eBay or you could just go on Amazon and try to look for these things.
I remember swap meets. There was always probably somebody. There was always some dude that the video game reseller, the card resellers.
Cuauhtémoc Blanco signature card right there,
buddy. You're like you.
I know,
show whatever it is.
I know, with my damn no G, like the no HD.
You're on your 240p because you like your Pinot blurry.
Blurry, baby. Oh, I went in a fix with those guys for a while, man. I was looking at old Jesus and Barrel clips, man. I miss those guys.
You know what I would like? I don't know if they have Allen and Ginter. I know they have a Merrill card. I don't know if they have a Jesus card.
They have a Jesus and Merrill with signatures on it, bro.
Oh,
yeah. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not stupid. It's not cheap either, but it's like under $100.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember, because I like that one. I was like, dude, it has both of their signatures on it. Yeah, you could get that or a piece of Abraham Lincoln's hair.
I want Lincoln's hair.
I like it.
I'm gonna clone me a Lincoln.
If I'm not mistaken, Enrique has a cool Bruce Lee card. Is it a signature one?
I guess so.
Is it like that?
Upper Deck, Larry Bird, 505, Phantom Nation, Boston Celtics. Those are it.
Yeah, is it those?
Yes.
Who drew that? Does it say?
It seems very Jim Lee-ish. Sure. Look, so on the left of her screen, there's a Jordan.
There's a Jordan, yeah.
Well, that's the one that I found. That's why I was like, oh, this is what
that's Jim Lee. That's Jim Lee inking himself.
Yeah.
You know for a fact that's Jim Lee?
His name's right there.
Oh, okay.
That's Sir, I can spot a Jim Lee.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you needed his signature. That's what I mean.
Look at that.
But that's Jim Lee.
Larry Bird and Jordan?
And Jordan, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that's cool, man. How much can you get that Jordan like Larry Bird one? How much does that cost?
In gem mint, like the one in the case?
This one?
The gem mints go for ridiculous things sometimes.
So dumb.
$23.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
But not in the thing, or is it?
No.
This one isn't a thing. I don't know.
Oh, it is? That's mint. For. Oh, it's not super duper mint. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a 9, right? Is this?
You know what? Let's buy them all up.
Buy every single Larry Bird card out there and see what happens. Were they the only two that they made cards of?
I don't know. This Fanimation series.
That's cool. That'd be dude. Because no Magic though. Oh, was that Magic gone though at that point? Maybe.
No, he was still. It's like 2 years, right? That's Dream Team.
But if it's Dream Team, it's later because remember he left for like 5 years.
He left and they came back.
Yeah, and he came back, which is insane to think that he was able to leave for 5 or 6 years and still come back and dominate. Like, well, not dominate, but still put up numbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's magic time. Or are you ready for magic?
There's a Junior Seau one.
Wait, what?
So there's an NFL one.
Let's see that bad boy.
You want to see that one?
Yes, Junior Seau drawn by. So they did other sports then after that probably.
Some possibly. Oh,
What we got? What are we looking at here?
are you ready for magic?
Oh, so they just did multiple sports. I don't even remember that. Oh my god!
But most of what I'm seeing are those same ones. But like here's a Karl Malone one, right?
That's so.
Oh, that's the same one I saw.
That's Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Signed by Larry Bird?
It's signed by? He's like, Karl Malone, can you sign this card that you're not in? Yes, I can. There. Don't touch him. He's worth $1 million.
$1 million.
We're looking at a picture of Lawrence Taylor. If you are on the audio podcast, who's that with the sword?
Who's that with the? Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing.
What sword?
Go up next to Junior Seau. Scroll up a little bit.
The next two.
This one?
So that's Junior Seau, and then that one.
Yeah,
that's a Chicago Bears dude.
Michael Singletary. Maybe Mike Singletary, because that looks like a defender, right? It doesn't look like or Walter Payton. No, it's not Walter Payton.
Doesn't have a name on it.
It's the fridge.
Oh, it's a fridge. No, that's awesome, man.
There's not a number or anything, so I don't know.
I said, like, we got to buy all these up, Abarca. All these Fanimations, one, right? And then look, we just corner the market. We sell it for $1 million.
$1 million.
I think you guys got this.
We destroy all the ones we have except for one. $1 million.
What am I looking at? I'm looking at another Fanimation card. Is it a cowboy?
Sure. It's NFL, so I don't know.
Isn't it interesting?
This is a Raider?
It's Nick Fury.
Yeah.
It looks like Nick Fury.
But the thing is, like, look how much more violent the football ones are.
Oh,
like
yeah.
The Junior Seau, he has blood in his hands, bro.
It's not blood. It's the power cosmic.
Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I get it's a violent sport. But
that one's Dion.
Oh, you mean prime time? Oh, that's Bishop. Or no, not Bishop. That's Forge. that's not even Bishop, bro. Greatest cover corner of all time. That's awesome, man. I have to look for some of those or just go on eBay. But I want to find it at a swap meet. That's what I want. I want to find those at a swap meet. Then it feels like you really did something with yourself that day. Like, I want that. All right. Well, we looked at some crazy cards that we got to start looking for now so we can corner the market. But we also looked at some crazy film. It was a crazy film today that we're going to talk about. And we'll talk about it after this break. And that was a trailer to Armour of God. God's Armor? What is it? Armour of God. Yo, Barca, I'm really interested, actually. Barca, hit him with the back of the box.
Hey, Asian Hawk, Jackie Chan, and his bumbling sidekick are sent on a quest through Europe to find a mysterious treasure held by a shadowy organization of monks. No talk of the kidnapped girlfriend. That's just the back of the box on this one. Directed by Eric Sang. Jackie Chan stars Jackie Chan, Alan Tam, Lola Foreigner as May, Rosamund Kwan as Lorelai, Ken Boyle as the Grand Wizard.
Yo, this was not a forward-thinking female film. Can I just say that? Like, the way these female characters are treated in this movie is hot garbage, bro. But I didn't know about the injuries. I didn't know about all these other things. So we'll talk about that. But we usually go somewhere with this. But we're going to go to the Jackie Chan superfan who's trying to make me into a fan myself and then shows me this shit. Hey, Steven.
I wasn't here last week.
Nah,
you guys
I heard you called it in. I heard this was your pick, Stevens. I heard you said that this is a quintessential Jackie Chan movie. Is what I heard you said, Stevens. So
that's what I said.
Stevens.
Okay.
Did you like this movie?
It is not one of my favorites now.
What?
Yeah, it's not
really
one of my favorites. I enjoyed this movie just because it's whatever, but it's not one of my top picks from him.
How dare you people?
But this is one. So this is the movie where when they talk about like his worst injury, this is the movie.
Ooh, when does that? Okay, what did you not like of this movie? What didn't work for you?
I guess the story. I think the story.
You're all the beginning and the end.
It's the story in this one. Like, sometimes the stories are far fetched because of course they're, he's trying to make comedies of these action movies and stuff like that. But this one, just the story is just, it's trying to be Indiana Jones. It's trying to be Jackie Chan martial arts. It's trying to, show respect, I guess, to some of the things that the actors are doing, right? Like the band, or like
not to the native people of whatever.
not to the native people whatsoever. Oh. They like, and then they're monks. Like, why are they monks? I don't like. Why are these bad guys who are trying to get the armor? I don't understand that. Like, really, it's not played out. Like, there's just a lot of stuff where it just doesn't connect well for me. Not to say it doesn't for other people, but for me.
Good call on the Indiana Jones thing. Like, that didn't even click on my head because of how bad this was.
Oh no, this is his I'm Indiana Jones too.
This isn't even National Treasure. Right. this isn't even Uncharted. Like, the game or the movie. No. It's not even that. It's I don't even know what it is. Is Romancing the Stone a bad version of it? I don't even know what. I keep trying to remember that movie. Was that?
But it's not even a romance movie. Like, it's not romance at all, right? So no. I could see where you're going with that, but it's not even. That's not close to that. It is his ode, or not ode, homage. That's the word I'm looking for. It's his homage to being Indiana Jones, like to the trait of. Like, they don't even do it at the beginning so much. Like, they do it at the beginning, I think, and then towards the end. But the gum stuff comes back in later movies because it's a nod to his character here. But yeah, like, he's not really treasure hunting. He's trying to get his friend's girlfriend back and treasure hunt at the same time. And, like, the story just doesn't... I don't know. It's a wonky story. I don't think the story is the best part of this movie.
Did you really like this movie, Abarca?
I enjoy this movie, but I do agree with Stevens that there is a disconnect. Like, I don't think this movie knows what it wants to be.
Okay.
But I enjoy the story of there is an evil cult that wants to basically bring back the elder god or whatever, be it a Cthulhu, be it a whatever. Mm-hmm. But they don't. He doesn't push it to go into supernatural territory like in Indiana Jones, right? Like, we have the covenant, and once we open it, you see God's wrath.
Yeah. People melt, fool. I see faces melt, dog.
So you did.
Yeah. We never see that. So I'm expecting that payoff, right? At the end, they assemble the armor of God. He's gonna wear the armor of God, and we don't necessarily get that payoff. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's the bit where they were a super group. Mm-hmm. Dude, that's straight 70s, 80s cartoons. Hey, we were a super group that broke up, but we're also at World Adventurers.
Mm-hmm. They're Josie and the Pussycats. They're Jim and the Holograms.
Yeah.
They're the Monkeys. No.
Push that.
They're who?
Push that. Give me that, right? Figure out what story you're trying to tell. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I love from this movie.
Really?
Yeah. Even at the end, the cyborg girls. Right? How corny and dumb is that?
It was done better in Austin Powers, but
it's $6 Million Man. Yeah. It's fembots. It's all of that. So it's drawing inspiration from all of this. In his in his oeuvre of movies that he's directed, where does this fall? What movie is this?
Oh, that he's
in his directing.
Yes. Because I feel this is it's him trying to figure out, what do I want to do, right? You talked about how the stunts didn't go that extra mile. Mm-hmm. The fights didn't go that extra mile, or he had no true villain.
Yeah.
Where and that gets remedied in the sequels and in the other movies that come after this.
So let me know when you find that, Stevens. But I think my
I
biggest.
don't see director for him.
I thought he was co-director of this.
Like on his IMDb, it doesn't show his director credits. So let me see if I can go somewhere else for that.
So the biggest like, okay, I think what I'm starting to realize with me, Jackie Chan, is that Jackie Chan's stunt work, stupid. There's nobody better. Like he's amazing, right? I shouldn't say there's anybody. I don't know all the stuntmen of all time, but I'm saying like he's incredible. But when I think of my love for kung fu movies, the stunt work is cool. I want to see the fight, and I think Drunken Master 2, right, is the one where the whole, and even one with the different styles and that's when I'm like, yo, like he can go, like I like that, right? And I know that's also stunt work too, but I like the fight stunt work, I guess, more than even though when you see something you're like, yee, that actually happened, that's scary. But like I'd rather have the fights, and I don't think this movie has any fights. Is there a fight scene that you enjoyed? That like just stood out as like okay, Wheels on Meals. I wanted him in there. I was like, oh, he's gonna be in this, bro, and they're gonna have another one. Because dude, that's a great fight scene, and the stunts aren't that big in that fight scene. It's just a fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's so good. This doesn't have that.
It doesn't. You have like at a certain point, I'm expecting him to try to have to fight the guards and somehow have to fight all the dogs that are in the German's house, right?
Yes, it was a lot of dogs, bro.
And we don't get that.
Uh-huh.
So it's a lot of missed opportunities with this movie. But dude, I loved when, and it's not a fight scene, but I loved when the monks or the bad guys show up to. It looked like it was the Palace of Versailles with the machine guns, and they just start mowing people left and right. The fashion show.
God, at the fashion show,
yeah,
and they hit that poor freaking reporter. He just was trying to get that shot. Dog. Wow, it was like that was it, dude. I was like,
and so you expect them to make a comeback, right? So when he's fighting the other monks, they pale in comparison to the evil of them,
bro.
or
bad.
Or we need it. And so I guess this review is going to become is like, what makes this movie better? Enrique's question, right?
Okay.
Number one, you need to have something that connects. Or have a specific reason why it connects. If you tell me that there's this Armour of God and it has this power, I need Jackie Chan to be in it. Right?
Yeah.
Like there's in the other movie where he gets thrown into the Street Fighter cabinet and he turns into all the characters.
yeah. That would have worked, bro. That was cool, right? You're like, yo, that happened.
I need the main monaguillo, the main monk, as goofy looking as he is. I need him to be friggin' I need him to be Darth Maul at the end. You're like, oh, I look like an idiot, but check this out.
Here we go. And I was talking to Stevens about that. I hated that the monks were such bad fighters, so we didn't even get to see him fight anybody.
No,
like because and again, just I get it. You're going to fight monks, right? It is what it is. And come on, man. They the only two Asian guys in like 100-mile radius, and they were gonna be able to sneak into this church. Like, how bad are these monks? Like, are they blind? Is that part of what they do? Because I'm like, oh, sorry, visually impaired. Because, bro, get the fuck out of here, dog. Like, I was like, really, bro? Like, and then he's mouth kissing people in the truck. Nobody notices him.
That's what they do. Those monks, when in France or Rome, wherever this is supposed to be.
Yeah,
in the Swiss Alps.
The Swiss Alps, man.
Okay, I got your director question.
All right, so what do we got?
All right, so first director's credit is action direction is The Face Behind the Mask in 1977. Fearless Hyena in 1979 is director credit. Young Master director credit. Dragon Lord. Project A, which is one of my faves. Police Story, we've seen. Armour of God. And then Project A Part 2.
So, dude, it's after some bangers.
And then Police Story 2. So it's in that mix. So this one's 86. Police Story was 85. Police Story 2 is 88.
Were you thinking of Barca? It was a little like young, like
It
earlier
was
in
a
his.
younger, it was earlier in the career,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe he's an inexperienced, but let's be real, right? The machine that is the Hong Kong cinema. Like I feel like everybody's pitching in to make the best movie, and it's like I got to jump in here. Cool, let me go do that. All right, now I'm back. Oh, you need me to ride this machine or whatever? Cool. Yeah. So it's odd to feel so disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so here's some background, because I do think that maybe the injury in this movie changed the direction of that a bit,
Okay.
right? Because early in the filming, one of the stunts goes terribly wrong, of course.
Jackie Chan
and
broke his penis in two.
You see it at the end, but he's basically jumping off the wall into a tree,
Mm-hmm.
and the branch breaks, and he falls, and he puts a hole in his skull.
Jesus.
And he's like, it's the worst injury he's had. He talks about it when he does interviews and things.
And he whistles now.
But he also, so part of that, you notice, like at the beginning of the movie, he's got a haircut. He doesn't look like normal Jackie Chan. He's all fresh. His hair's shorter.
Yeah.
All of that. So, and then he suffers this injury, and he's out a long time because of the recovery time, right? He couldn't just go back to, like, you can't wrap him up and make his cast look like a tennis shoe in his pants and put him back on the thing, the hovercraft thing. You can't do that in this one. So there was time away from the movie, so much so that it changed casting at parts. So I wonder how much of that influenced what the rest of the direction was. Maybe it changed some of the action or the type of action we got to see. So much so, like, so this affected him so much. He's like, oh my gosh, short hair is so unlucky. So the rest of the movie is longer hair, because he let his hair grow out after that, because he thought like that short hair was not lucky for him. So that's why in all his movies you like see him with longer hair.
He's like, I'm not doing that short hair thing again.
Yeah. Because I wonder. So part of what I found. Part of what I found was Cynthia Rothrock was supposed to be, the fight at the end, but because of the injury and the time away from filming, she got called to some other movie, and so they had to figure out, well, okay, what's that fight going to be now? And then that's where we get the African American Amazon women fighter robot finders, right? Like,
yeah.
And that maybe explains why everything else is in a fight, right? Why everything else is just like, oh, these easy to dispatch people, or this is easy, like the robots are it's not Cynthia, because Cynthia can go.
Yeah.
But that's dangerous, right? You kick to the head, holy crap, you got a hole in your head. Like, that maybe. I wonder.
So maybe that changed the way some of the stuff was done, or the intensity of some of the stuff,
or the lack of fights, like compared to
maybe they said, let's make more of the story than not. Also, there's two cuts, like when you guys were like, oh, this one's free on Tubi, so I watched that one. That's not the same one I had seen before, or I remember seeing, because I think the bigger chunk, there's a chunk in the middle that was extended. So our version, traditionally the one that is shown here, is a little bit shorter. It was also released a lot later than when it first came out, because I think we got it in the 90s, but it's an 86 movie.
Stevens, if you look up a list of like top 10 Jackie Chan movies, and we have to go through it, but like, is this in there?
Oh, I doubt it.
Okay, I was just wondering if maybe I'm missing something, because Barker likes it. Maybe I'm missing something, and I just need to go back and see it again, because it just from the get, bro, the whole thing with the tribal people, and I'm just like, okay, like.
But okay, listen, could they have hired people? Yes, but I enjoy the sneaking into, like, the stealth part of that scene.
Yeah,
I enjoy that he uses the grappling hook, that everybody grabs a friggin' boogie board, and they are sliding down this hill, this mountain.
Reminds you of cardboard back in the days.
And they all did it, right? They all did it. That's what was awesome.
I like how he has a little tiny plane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Under the Bushes.
Yeah.
I guess the comedy didn't hit. Like, I don't mind. Like, sometimes his comedy is cool. Like, I guess this one didn't hit for me. And I get that scene. I was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. And then it cuts to the Gem and the Holograms scene, and
Yeah.
I'm like, in which cool, but never again. Like so
It's just meant to introduce
the other characters.
the other guy, and which I disliked Alan for not knowing martial arts.
Yeah, man. I didn't like him as a goofy sidekick.
You're like, all right, cool. I didn't like his girl,
Oh,
the Laura.
mm-hmm.
I didn't enjoy Laura in this. The other girl, the daughter of the German,
The rich guy. Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I felt that she was gonna maybe take over for Alan, and she kind of does, but it's still no one. There's never a fight scene worthy of anybody in this, and so, but as Steven said, there was a specific reasons for not having the fight scenes.
Yeah, and knowing that, I mean, yeah, and it seems like with Hong Kong cinema, it's one of those things where we're not going to make the movie.
Yeah,
we're going to still make this goddamn movie. It's just going to be different.
Exactly, and so I think you know what So in my mind, I thought this was part 2.
So your part 2 is better.
Part 2 is yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So part 2 is
Operation Condor is better.
Is the movie that he probably the kind of movie he wanted to make.
Yeah.
Closer to what he really wanted to do.
Yeah. Operation Condor is it when you watch that one. That
You're
one will be like, oh, this is his tribute to Indiana Jones.
You're like, this is a sequel?
It's
to
almost
that?
You're like, really? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, like for me, making it better. And again, okay, so in the end they made this movie. Whatever they decided to do, they made this movie, right? I need more fights. 110% need more fights. I need things to make sense, and that's in the sense of like, if you're gonna show me something, make sure it pays off. Make sure it like there's something later, like it kind of there's a reason for it. I wish the monks. I know they're just monks, but then maybe we don't use monks. Maybe we just use the evil. Like these are the fighters for this. Like the German guy. The German guy has an elite squad of fighters.
Yeah.
So now we can go. That makes a little more sense. I hated it. The girl was fine, but the way she was treated was like crap. Like it was. I didn't care for that. That was kind of weird. And then Alan I didn't like him at all. He wasn't the bumbling idiot. Like I'm trying to think of, but I get it.
He wasn't a Samo.
There you go. Hell no, he wasn't a Samo, right? And you can still make him almost like a bumbling idiot, but he just knows how to fight, or he fights into victory, like he into the victories in the fight, right? Like
he does what Jackie does in other movies.
Yeah,
where it's like, what, and he's moving out of the way, doing these things. We don't get that, and so it's overall, I would say it's a good effort, but everything behind the scenes caused this movie to not be what it should have been.
That's crazy, man. A hole in his head. Good Lord. That's wild, man.
Yeah,
and that's
brain
worse.
I mean,
it's even worse than the one where he falls
injury,
from the building and it rips. I thought that was one of his worst ones too, right? Where remember he's falling through the different ones, but the last one wasn't supposed to rip and it rips too, and he just dude.
Yep.
Damn, man.
Because he lands on the way he lands on his neck.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah.
All right, Steven, what would you have done differently? What would you have done differently for this movie?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have him not injured?
There's lots of things I think, but I think I would tighten up the story. Like you got to do a little bit with, like, yeah, we're going to get the girlfriend back, but I think I would have focused on the armor more and letting him just be like after the armor and competing for the armor with the monks instead of having to also use the armor to rescue the girl who he's kind of not seen in a while, so it doesn't really matter to him. But I think you could have tightened that up a bit to not have that. Like, I think once you got, once they're competing for the armor and he's like, oh, this family has the armor, maybe getting it from the rich guy with the dogs instead of having these monks try to get it or whatever, right? Like maybe he's trying to steal it for something. I think you could do something better with that.
Okay. All right. Big clap to the best part of this movie, that Mitsubishi car.
Yeah.
Fucking coolest thing. That's all I cared about in this movie was that car, guys. Like when it was gonna when they blew it up, it hurt my heart. But then like when he just flew out in his little cart, and dude, shit was awesome.
The ejector seat or whatever.
That car is wild.
So it's called. So let me tell you the name because I thought the name was like I was like, whoa! It's a Mitsubishi Colt Targa Concept. So it's a two-seater version of the Colt with its roof top chopped off and shorter windshield and side windows. So it's a special one-off model made by Mitsubishi for the movie. But
damn, dude, that's what we gotta do. There's a guy out there with this car, bro. Remade. There's a Jackie Chan fan out there somewhere.
I think like the driving scene that reminded me of Ferris Bueller. You know, when they're like when they get the girl and they're all in the car, and then the butler's following in the freaking car with all the luggage and shit because all they can hold are barely two people, right? With Alan sitting on the back, and then he's holding up the map, and the map
flies off. Oh my god!
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's funny. Like I get it.
But I mean, like, but the car was amazing. I mean, I love that. What does he say? Like, it's kind of tight. Yeah, it's only meant for one. Like, like, I just thought that was stupid. That made me giggle. I was like, I liked it, but that car was solid. That car was really, really cool. I enjoyed that. But I mean, like I said, overall for me, it was just that. It was just a lack of Jackie Chan-ness in the sense of the action and the fighting. So, Stevens, any of his lists have this in the top 10? Anything you found? Like, do some people
no? Like, so I've got two lists pulled up. I've got Screen Rant, but I think theirs is ranked worst to best. So that's probably way too long. But I did find Slash Films top 15,
and
which I think we may have shared before, but I'll go through real quick. So at 15, The Foreigner, which is a newer one. 14 is Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, which is an older one. 13 is Mr. Nice Guy, which is a fun movie that has Sammo too. Number 12, also Young Master, so an older one. 11 is Police Story 4, First Strike, which is the one after Super Cop. 10 is Crime Story. 9 is Police Story 2. 8 is Drunken Master, the OG one. 7 is Mr. Canton and Lady Rose, which is from 89. Number 6, Rumble in the Bronx. Number 5 is Dragons Forever. Number 4 is Police Story 3, Super Cop.
That's him in every cover.
Number 3 is Project A. Like I said, that one's one of my faves. Number 2 is Drunken Master 2, which I think is my favorite from him. And then number 1 is Police Story.
Wow, 1. Interesting.
Okay. So yeah, not up there. Like it's one of his, it's one that he just does and it doesn't hit.
It probably changed everything when that happened, but he had to finish it. He had to make it happen, so he did. Which is almost that's cool. Like, that he's willing to be like, fuck it. And I'm sure Golden Harvest was like, hey, bro, like we still need to film, so figure it out. And they had to make it work, which is crazy. All right, Barker, we tell people to watch this movie.
Find clips of it.
Okay, all right.
Find clips of the girl fight, maybe the intro, and the car scenes. That the chase is the most awesome thing in this movie.
Dude, they go hard again, probably because they're like, we got to go hard in this chase, huh? Like we got to go, yeah. You're right. The chase is freaking crazy. Stevens, would you tell people to watch this movie?
Yeah, well, watch it if you're a Jackie Chan completist.
Okay.
I think it's one you could skip if you're like,
Okay.
I think 2 is better. There's some other stuff that's better.
If you're a Jackie Chan fan and you have not watched this, watch it.
Yeah.
Because you're a Jackie Chan fan, right? If you're not, I would say Clips is cool. And I agree with the Barca. The car is awesome, honestly, guys. But the scene, and I wonder maybe that's what they were like, dude, we got to go hard on this because we're not going to be able to go hard anywhere else. Right. So let's make the scene awesome.
At a certain point, the car jumps over 2 bridges.
Yes.
And then they shoot a guy on a motorbike across, and then that fool lands in cardboard.
Yeah. Yes to all that wild and wacky, guys. Yes. Very cool. Yeah. Car scene's the best. So maybe check out the clips for that. Stevens, can we even put this in a martial arts list, though.
I don't think it has enough martial arts in this.
Right?
It doesn't have enough gunplay.
Yeah.
I think you guys have voted on other movies that have less martial arts than that.
How dare you?
Which
Black
one? Give me an
Dynamite
example. Black
is
Dynamite has way
incredible.
more martial arts in this movie.
That's not what
Black
I
Dynamite.
didn't say Black
Black
Dynamite.
Dragon has way more martial arts in this movie.
Demolition Man?
But we didn't vote for that.
No, I know, but you guys were like, yeah, it is. And I'm like,
How dare you? All right, fucking
What's up?
Simon.
You want to fight Wesley Snipes? You want to fight
Simon
Wesley
Phoenix
Snipes? Right now?
gave you
maybe
gold.
I do.
All right. You know what? You know what? Fuck you, lady.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Hey, I didn't say nothing. I just said there was more fighting in other movies, man.
I'm not saying that, but there is martial arts in this movie
yeah.
as much as some of your other ones. But it is not it's not close to your strongest movies. I would not expect any of one to be like, should this be in our top 10? No, the answer is no. Like I can tell you right now. No. Yeah, exactly. No.
Above Yip Man.
No.
Armour of
No,
God.
no.
He didn't make his top 10 list, but it's making ours. Armour of God. Here we go.
No.
All right. So, but what is the list? And the only list that matters, Stevens, our top 10 for the week. What do we? It's not making it, but what do we got at the top 10 right now?
At number 1, you have Fearless.
Okay.
Number 2, the 36th Chamber of Shaolin.
All right.
Number 3, One-Armed Swordsman. Number 4, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, Waymond.
Number 5 is Enter the Dragon.
Oh, come on.
Number 6 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, my favorite.
Number 7 is Police Story. Number 8 is Police Story 3 or Super Cop.
Super Cups.
Number 9 is The 5 Deadly Venoms.
Oh.
And number 10 is Ip Man. And can I tell you, like, when we read the list, like, for the last few weeks, I've been wanting to say, I really miss Fist of Fury in this list because you guys don't go Fury.
That's fucking the best soundtrack of all the damn movies we watch.
I missed it.
And we still need to find freaking the other versions of that, man. I really do want to see Jet Li's version and then the new one. I just to maybe Jet Li figured it out, because a lot of people say that's a good movie. We can't find that crap anywhere. Like, we're gonna have to freaking get the bootleg DVDs.
I think we need to hit up some swap meets.
Yeah, seriously, we're gonna have to make that a live. We can do that as our first live podcast while we watch the
live
movie.
watch.
A live watch. But yeah, okay. So no top 10, but I'm interested in where we're going next week. Stevens, Barca, did you and I watch this in the theater together?
Yes, we did.
I remember that, man. All right, what are we watching next week, Stevens?
You did. It was a bromance movie. So we're sticking with our Macho Manly May or whatever, right? Whatever this month is, and we're going back to 1998.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
When a young Orozco and a young Abarca.
Biggie Smalls just dropped Life After Death. They all were dead, but albums were popping. It was East Coast versus West Coast. You couldn't say nothing. I like DMX. I had to stay quiet. It was wild in the streets. The cocaine was king. I don't know. I'm just making shit up now, but it was 1998.
There was a young bromance budding in a local movie theater.
Nerds almost beat me up because we crowded out the Phantom Menace. Was that 98 America when they got the shit beat out of us by nerds? But it was great. It was a great year. 98. One movie dropped, Stevens.
This is The Replacement Killers with Chow Yun-fat. So it's more of a Gung-Fu, I think, than a martial arts, but good movie.
Is this an American movie, Abarca, or is this still him coming over?
This is the American one,
right? Okay.
Is it the first?
I think that's what I'm trying to. That's what I was getting at. I think, or was it one that we were the only ones watching it that day?
It might be.
It was early coming over, right? Like, it wasn't, because I remember when that movie came out too. I think I went to see it in a theater, but I don't know if he had one before that. Hold on, how do I find that info?
Yeah, I remember this being like one of those movies though that it was literally. I don't think a lot of people went and watched it. Right? I felt like it. But doesn't he have a big co-star in this? A female lead?
Mira Sorvino.
There it is. Yes,
She was popular at the time. Was it before or after?
Before Mimic?
I was gonna say she was the girl from Mimic. That
Gosh,
was the
that's not the one
monster
I was gonna
alien thing,
say,
right?
but yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Oh my god, I remember Mimic. That's wild.
They're sewer cockroaches.
Yes.
But like
Okay.
jumbo sewer cockroaches.
Yeah. Oh my god. She like got hot for a split second, but then she went away for like a split second later, right?
Yeah, because she was more serious. Like there wasn't that crossover.
Romy and Michelle, I think, were her biggest thing.
Romy and Michelle. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So this is an American one then, right? Probably, right?
Stevens doesn't tell me the rest of the things. So.
I'm looking.
So yeah, I love this. You're probably right. Maybe not enough martial arts, but it's manly, and it is also Gung-Fu. So I mean that really scratches that itch for sure, man. We haven't done one of those in a minute, so it'd be good kind of see that. But again, we'll be checking that out. It is available to rent everywhere. I don't think it's free anywhere, right, Stevens?
Free on Pluto.
It was free on Pluto, but rentable everywhere.
Rentable everywhere. Check it out. I think that'll be a good one. Abarca, if they want to leave us a voicemail, where can they do that?
Guys, you can go to www.gungfusuperrose.com or call us at 661-401-5941. Be a part of our show. Also, rate, review, leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to find podcasts like ours. And if you're on YouTube, guys, hit that like button. That helps us grow. Leave us a comment, even obnoxious comments about movies that we need to watch. Subscribe, because that helps us get monetized, and ring the bell icon for notifications.
Bing. All right, we'll make it happen. All right, Abarca, say bye.
Folks, mahalo, be good humans.
Super Producer Stevens, were you able to find that?
I can't tell. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more digging, but it looks like the only title that looked like it was a big American title.
A big Hollywood movie?
A big Hollywood movie.
Super Stevens, say bye.
Bye.
And remember, my name's Ivan. Love you guys. Why are you looking at me like that? Do you think women are good for nothing? I was a runner-up in last year's European Women's Shooting Competition. Only 2 women took part of that.